Hello, everybody out there. So for today's video, wanted to talk about kind of an interesting topic, and it's going to basically be about how do you know if your significant other is cheating and or getting disinterested in your relationship. Gonna be an interesting video. Hopefully it's hopefully you guys enjoy it and hopefully gives you some good information. But before we hop into the actual video, if you could real quick go down and not like and subscribe. No, please. I mean, you can do that too if you want to. That's not what I was going to say, though. What I was going to say is if you could please share the video. At the end of the day, the idea of the Greater Than movement is to help improve 100 million people's lives in small ways, big ways, somewhere in the middle ways. And hopefully, if you actually enjoy the video, you share it with someone directly, let them know about the channel, tag them in the video, however you want to do it. It would be greatly appreciated, just because at the end of the day, it's the fastest way for people to be able to have a little bit of improvement is by watching hopefully this video or any of the other multitude of the videos that I have done about a bajillion different topics. Again, like I said, if you do want to like and subscribe, you can do that as well. Obviously, that does help let more people have exposure to the channel, but everyone else on YouTube says that, so I don't want to say it as well. So, hopping into the actual video, how to know if your significant other or partner is cheating on you or becoming disinterested in your relationship. So, the advice I'm going to give you may be a little bit obvious, but if you actually apply it, it might not be as obvious. And even if it is kind of obvious, you probably haven't thought about it, because if you did, then you would know before you found out a different way. So the idea that I'm going to put out there about how to know if your partner's in one of these two camps is to pay attention to what they're doing. Because typically, when people start to cheat, whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever it may be, or they're becoming disinterested in your relationship and they're just not as happy and not feeling it as much, their actions and behaviors are going to change. The things that they do are not going to be the same. You're going to start seeing them do different things they didn't do before. And you're like, oh, well, it's obvious. But some of these things are so small and minute that you might not catch them. So giving you some examples off the top of my head, because if you've watched my videos, you should know by now they're not scripted, they're not edited. I don't like doing that because, again, everyone else likes to do it, and I hate watching videos like that, so I don't want to do my videos that way. So off the top of my head, couple ideas. One of the things you might see is your partner might start taking their phone and turning it upside down, whether it's on the couch, the table, in the bedroom, and they don't want to have the screen showing up, because at the end of the day, you can have notifications turned off and you can have different settings on your phone to make it more, under the radar, but a lot of people will start turning their phone upside down. Or, for example, another thing, people might start taking their phone to the bathroom, or they might start taking their phone with them everywhere. Those are a couple really quick, easy things. Some other things you might notice: they might be texting more or on social media more, or they might start staying at work later more consistently or on very significant days, or all of a sudden they start wanting to go out with their friends all the time and they didn't used to go out with their friends all the time, or they start doing things different than what they used to do before. And it may be very small things like that. I'm not going to give you a bajillion different examples, because you know your significant other, you know your partner, and you know what their routines and habits are. But I promise you, if you start to realize that things that they're doing are different or not the same, or their routines are changing, or the way that they're acting is different, it is a decent indication that something is going on. And I'm not always saying that they're cheating, because I don't want everyone to be like, oh, I realize my partner turns their phone upside down, because maybe your partner's always done that and you just never thought about it. Excuse me. So don't take the little examples I gave you and be like, oh, they do that, that means they're cheating. No, those are just my examples of things that might change that they weren't doing before. The thing I'm going to tell you, or another great one, is your phone, it used to be on ring all the time, or didn't have a passcode, now it does. Those are pretty obvious ones, but just full encompassing ideas of things changing that were different is really paying attention to the minutia of what they're doing. And if you're actually being perceptive and paying attention to what they do, you're gonna notice a difference in behavior. And it's kind of like a learned skill. You're not just gonna do it overnight. And I'm not saying get all paranoid, but I am saying if you notice things changing, realize that they might be one of these two camps. So what I was trying to get at before is, don't just think, oh, they're cheating, because that might not be the situation. they might be, I mean, not that it's a positive thing either, but they might be more disinterested in the relationship, or they're kind of like stepping back a little bit or withdrawing a little bit. And that might be what's happening. So you need to re-engage them. But another thing I'll tell you is don't just see one or two of these small little things and like confront them, be like, oh, you're cheating on me, or you don't want to be with me anymore. But start realizing these small little things. Start paying more attention. Start being more aware of if you're seeing different behaviors happening. And kind of my recommendation, obviously, within this, like this is kind of like just the tip of like paying attention and realizing like this is a really easy way to start telling if your partner is cheating or not interested. Another good one is if they start saying things differently. Sorry, I'm giving like weird examples, but they're like popping into my head because it's not scripted. But like if you notice their verbiage changing, if they start saying a phrase or words differently, that means they're around somebody new who is kind of shaping their reality and what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. Sorry, another little random thing to be looking for. But again, the whole idea behind this is that if you do find yourself in the situation where you're noticing these things, it might not be a bad idea to have a conversation. Because even if they're not doing those things, they're not cheating, they're not disinterested, at least they know that you're trying to talk to them, try and open up a conversation line and make sure that they're okay and that they're happy and that they're solidified in the relationship. But obviously, you know your partner, you know how you need to have those conversations. Hopefully, if you don't know how to have the conversation, feel free to message me, whether it's through social media, the Greater Than Movement, on any platform, or if you want to comment. And I can talk to you directly, DM you directly, whatever it may be, whatever is best for you. But I can kind of tell you how to have that conversation. Or if you want me to do a video about it, let me know that way too, and I can do a video about it. But I'm not trying to say like you're dumb if you don't know those things. But if you don't know how, feel free to reach out. We can do a video or talk, whatever works best for you. But the whole thing is start paying attention, because I'm going to tell you sometimes, and it's not always, because sometimes it's too far this way and it's too far this way. But sometimes people start thinking about it over here about stepping out, or they're starting to not really feel it. And if you notice these things early, it can put you in a position where if you have a conversation and actually have a real convo with your partner, you can open up the conversation and actually hopefully work on the things and not let it get to the point in time where they're actually in a relationship with someone else or doing something with someone else, or they're not completely checked out and they're just like, I don't want to do this anymore and I'm done. So really being perceptive is very, very important. Seeing these subtle changes, subtle nuances that are not the same as they were before. And one more thing that I will say, and like I wanted to put this little weird disclaimer in here somewhere, but apparently it popped into my head now, so we're doing it at the end, is the good news for you is if you are someone who's watching this and you're like, oh, if my partner saw this video, maybe they wouldn't be doing these things anymore. No, because I'm telling you, even if you are someone who is super smart and doing everything right, and I know it sounds terrible to say they're super smart, but even if you're super smart and you're thinking about cheating or you are cheating, you're still going to be doing things or saying things or acting ways that are different so subconsciously that even if they watch this video, they'd be like, oh, I'm so sneaky, there's nothing changing. But I promise you there is. So my disclaimer is, even if you're worried about someone like almost like out chessing you, out making the chess moves, like they're so far ahead and they're outsmarting you, I guess, it doesn't matter, because if you're really paying attention and you've been with your partner for a decent amount of time, if you're really watching, you're gonna see these things changing. And again, it's not 100% foolproof, nothing is, but I can guarantee you that it is a good way to detect if your partner's cheating or if they're becoming disinterested in your relationship. So that is what I have for the video. Hopefully it is helpful. If you guys want to ask me questions about this topic or any topic, whether it's relationships, fitness, school, work, whatever, maybe feel free to message me directly. If you have questions about anything, like I said, please feel free to reach out. It's kind of where I want this channel to get to, is to the point in time where I can answer people's questions about life things, relationship things, especially. I love relationship questions, family questions, just relationships, whether it's friends, family, significant others, whatever it may be. That's my favorite. But if you have questions about any topic that I can possibly answer for you or any advice that I can give, please feel free to reach out. No judgment, because I don't want anyone to judge me and I don't judge anybody else. So just putting that out in the universe as well. So again, if you guys did enjoy the video, please do share it. Feel free to message me at the Greater Than Movement pretty much on every social media platform, or put it in the comments, whatever works best for you. Again, I do hope the video was helpful, educational, informational, spreading a little bit of positivity, a little bit of light out into the universe. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, above all, guys, be greater than. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.